Use promo code ONEBOOM at manscaped.com to receive 20% off plus free shipping on your order. That's right, 20% off plus free shipping. It supports the channel and a great product. Now, my genius idea for today was to play Final Fantasy VII Remake, eat food, chill out, watch some TV with my girlfriend. I was having fun. I even got my exercise in for the day. I was having a good time, and I smelt fresh thanks to Manscaped. The problem is, I forgot to make a video, so I'm sitting here at almost 4 in the morning, right? And I'm trying to think, well, what video scripts do I have? And in my little notepad of video ideas, one is literally just called Cold War Won't Be Perfect. I'm going to try to keep this short and concise because I'm tired, and so maybe that'll actually keep me on track for once. Either way, I've been seeing a lot of people tweeting at Treyarch saying they want classic minimap, no doors, simple maps, they want Dead Silence as a perk, they want better connection. I've seen all sorts of things, and I stand by most of them. In fact, I would love it if the next Call of Duty game had a classic minimap style back. Part of me sort of misses the Pick 10 system, even though I don't think it's an amazing system. I kind of prefer the Ghost system, but there's some things that I want, right? I don't personally mind opening and closing doors. In fact, if they brought back Nuketown, I would love it if you can open and close the garage doors just to sort of cut off a lane. I don't know, I think that'd be kind of interesting. At least something dynamic if they bring that godforsaken map back. I don't know. I could go on and on about all the different things I would like. For instance, one big for instance actually, is I want it to launch with 10 multiplayer maps. 5 conventional 3-lane linear maps that are very simple and symmetrical, and then 5 complicated Modern Warfare Call of Duty Ghost style, complicated, messy, multi-layered maps. And I think that would be kind of cool. I think it would make a lot of people happy, and I don't know, there's lots of things on a list, or I guess I could put a lot of things on a list that I want from Call of Duty Cold War. And I want to do some more Cold War videos talking about what I want to see from its multiplayer experience, and I look forward to sharing those opinions with you guys. But there's a very important thing to realize here. Let's say for instance that you want Pick 10, classic minimap, simple maps, and no gunsmith. Okay, those are things that you want for whatever reason. Even if you got everything you just asked for there, something's going to be wrong. It's an online video game. Whether it was developed during the time of coronavirus or not is irrelevant in the fact that when we've seen AAA shooters, we see these AAA video games, they never launch perfectly. Optimization can be an issue, hit detection, netcode in general requires lots of tweaking, spawns are never good at launch, weapon balance takes forever to get right, and sometimes there's just pure incompetence on the other side of your screen, and people do not know how to balance weapons. Perks are going to need to be rebalanced, head glitches be removed, little areas on maps might need to be opened up or closed off, and it's just important to say that the game isn't going to be perfect, because it's crazy that there are people that admit that they've been playing Call of Duty since 2007, and yet for some reason still are expecting Call of Duty games to launch perfectly, or at least be perfect within 2 or 3 months. They want the game flawless. They don't want there to be anything frustrating in it, but that's just not realistic. I think some of it is sort of COD player syndrome. There's an issue where some FPS players aren't FPS players, they just play Call of Duty. There's nothing wrong with that inherently, but it does narrow your view. It happens to a lot of YouTubers. They talk about things and you can kind of tell that they're not Battlefield, Halo fans. They don't play Rainbow Six, they don't play any milsim games, and it shows in their commentaries, and that's whatever. But I'll let you know that I've never played a perfect FPS game. And the games that I loved when I was younger, when I go back to them, I can find every imperfection. They stick out like a sore thumb due to my nostalgia glasses essentially being shattered. Now, some things are kind of inexcusable and very frustrating, like having terrible spawns 10 months into your game when it's like the 15th game in the franchise. That's a bit annoying. Or when developers let a single SMG rule the meta for like around 10 months. That kind of stuff seems sort of inexcusable, and I totally understand the frustration. I think we should share our frustrations. But I'm just sort of dreading Twitter and Reddit and YouTube on Cold War's launch night, because I know I'm going to see, oh, I can tell there's skill-based matchmaking already, and there's going to be, oh, these spawns are terrible, these guns are imbalanced. And then I'm gonna be annoyed by that, but then as a content creator, I'm gonna have to put out some videos and I'm gonna have to be critical of the game. But like with Modern Warfare or Black Ops 4, I'm going to give it time. I'm going to let it spin its wheels for a while. I'm gonna give it probably around 4 months. 2 months, for launch period stuff, then some holiday time will be in there. I'm gonna give it at least until like February for it to be good. Let's say it launches in October or early November. I'm gonna give it till February, and then I'm gonna start actually hammering my opinions down. I'm not gonna start critiquing the game in December if it launches in November, you know what I mean? So, either way, as a content creator, I'm just ready to be crucified again for not being harsh enough. And then when I start, cranking up my criticisms as time passes, I look forward to being called a flip-flop or a trend chaser or something along those lines. My favorite is when I just blatantly get called a liar because I said in December that I was gonna wait and see, and then in May I was getting frustrated. And so apparently that made me a liar. Yeah. There are core design decisions that we should be able to critique, like for instance, letting people have lethals and tacticals for free like we see in Modern Warfare currently. That kind of stuff can be critiqued, and you can be kind of concise about it. You can explain the reasons, that you don't like it, the pros and cons. Makes total rational sense to me to critique that kind of stuff. But there's going to be a problem where people are just angry off the bat. I'll never forget being, God, I don't know how old I would have been. Fuck it, I'm too tired to think. But when Call of Duty Ghosts came out, I remember playing it the midnight release. I was playing it on my Xbox 360, got my headset in, I'm excited to play, and what do I hear? I hear people complaining about spawns and complaining about guns being overpowered in game chat when the game had only been out for about 3 hours. And that was before betas too, so that was the first people had played of it. People are going to think the first easy gun they use is overpowered, the first bad spawn is a bad omen, and then anyone that's critical of the game at launch is a hater, anybody who's patient is a fanboy, anybody that tries to strike a balance between the two is a liar or a flip-flopper, and the Call of Duty community repeats its cycle. This is almost... I slurred my speech there, I'm so tired, but I'll end the video by saying this. This is sort of a part 2 to my Do Call of Duty players deserve a good Black Ops game video. Basically, the feedback is so toxic and entitled, it's so vague, and it's so ignorant sometimes, it's hard to take it seriously. I'm gonna say 4 out of 5 times, I can't take a comment about Call of Duty seriously. It's either hyperbolic or racially insensitive. But either way, hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. Let's prepare for Cold War to be a video game, not a perfect video game. Seriously, I've never played a shooter that's perfect. I've never played a shooter with perfect spawns, weapon balance, every map it's perfect. I love every part of the... No, I don't. Every game is flawed. Seriously flawed in some cases. Even some of my favorite games like Black Ops 1 and Halo Reach are prime examples of games that you could write books about the things that they do wrong. That doesn't mean that they're bad games or that the people that created them are bad at their jobs. It really is just a sign that they'll never be able to perfectly create a competitive shooter online and then balance it for all the different platforms and the different hardware and have it work with mouse, keyboard, and controller and make the footsteps work and how do doors operate and how much damage should this gun do and where should somebody spawn if the enemies are in their default spawn. It's hard fucking work. And I think we could do a lot better to give COD devs not slack, but just be patient and don't act so surprised when the game has a problem at launch. But 10 months in, shoot that motherfucker a new one. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Use the link in the description below for 20% plus free shipping off Manscaped products. And yeah, goodbye. I'll never get that arm hair back.